Would you believe that a simple spoonful of turmeric in your morning coffee could be saving your brain from Alzheimer? Hello, I'm Dr. Sophie Miller, a medical specialist in health, wellness, and natural medicine. And today I'm sharing a revolutionary medical discovery that's transforming the lives of thousands of seniors, yet most doctors continue to ignore this simple habit. This could make all the difference for your brain health. If you're over 60 and have already noticed difficulties remembering names, where you left objects, or have felt your mind becoming foggy, this might be the most important information you'll receive today. The good news: the protection of your brain can begin tomorrow morning right at your breakfast table. What happens in your brain is truly fascinating. Curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, possesses a unique property that few foods have. It can cross the blood-brain barrier, that natural protection separating the bloodstream from brain tissue. Once in the brain, it directly combats beta-amyloid plaques, those toxic webs that accumulate and destroy your brain cells over time. Even more impressive is that curcumin stimulates the production of BDNF, a protein that functions as a true fertilizer for the formation of new neurons and connections, even after age 60, when this process would normally be significantly reduced. Have you ever considered that something as simple as a spice could have such a profound impact on your brain health? Indeed, nature often offers solutions that the pharmaceutical industry tries to replicate in laboratories, usually with less success and more side effects. Let me share with you the story of one of my patients that perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about. Helen, 68, retired, was diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment, which is considered the stage before Alzheimer's. I was completely terrified, she told me during a consultation. My mother died without recognizing her own children, and I saw the same terrible path unfolding before me. During our consultation, after carefully analyzing her case, I made a recommendation that seemed surprisingly simple to her. Add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric to her coffee every morning. It seemed too simple to work, she confessed to me later. But the science behind this recommendation is robust, and the results speak for themselves. In just 3 months following this simple addition to her morning routine, the results were remarkable. Her cognitive test showed a 23% improvement in short-term memory. Her family began to notice that she no longer repeated the same stories and could follow complex conversations without getting lost. This is the kind of transformation that motivates me as a doctor. Turmeric, also known as curcuma, is just the beginning of a broader approach I've developed with my patients. Throughout my career and based on numerous scientific studies, I've discovered that certain substances have an extraordinary neuroprotective effect, especially when combined with coffee, which by itself already offers cognitive benefits. I'll share with you the substances you should consider adding to your coffee to enhance the protection of your brain. First, as I've already mentioned, turmeric. Just 1/4 teaspoon is enough to significantly reduce neural inflammation and help dissolve the amyloid plaques that form in the brain. Cinnamon is also a powerful ally. 1/2 teaspoon improves cerebral blood flow, ensuring your brain receives more oxygen and nutrients. Pure unsweetened cocoa, in the amount of 1 teaspoon, contains flavonoids that protect cerebral vessels, improving circulation and oxygenation. A pinch of cardamom increases the production of neural antioxidants, combating oxidative stress that damages brain cells. And we can't forget about grated ginger. Even in small amounts, it reduces neuroinflammation, a crucial factor in the development of neurodegenerative diseases. Have you tried any of these combinations in your coffee? It's impressive how small changes to your morning routine can have such a significant impact on your long-term brain health. But just as important as knowing what to add is understanding what should be avoided. There are substances that, especially after age 60, can seriously compromise the health of your brain when added to coffee. Refined sugar is the main villain. It causes blood glucose spikes that, over time, damage neurons and accelerate brain aging. Artificial sweeteners, which many people use thinking they're a healthier alternative, have been associated with accelerated cognitive decline in several recent studies. Non-dairy creamers, commonly used to add creaminess to coffee, contain trans fats that compromise cerebral circulation, impeding blood flow to the brain. And commercial flavored syrups? They're full of neurotoxins disguised as additives and preservatives. It's as if I've gained years back, Helen reported in our follow-up consultation. My 8-year-old granddaughter taught me how to use a tablet, and now I'm the one showing her new things. 6 months ago, I could barely remember how to turn on the TV. Seeing this transformation in my patients' lives is what motivates me to share this information with you today. In my clinical practice, when we test patients after 90 days of daily turmeric use in coffee, we observe truly surprising improvements, an increase of 17 to 26% in mental processing speed, an improvement of approximately 22% in working memory, and, particularly important, a significant reduction in inflammatory markers in the blood, which are indicators of ongoing neurodegenerative processes. Most impressive is that, unlike what happens with many traditional medications that frequently lose their effectiveness with prolonged use, these benefits tend to increase over time as the cumulative effect of these natural substances establishes itself in the body. Based on rigorous studies from the University of California and my experience of over 25 years treating patients with cognitive decline, I can confidently state this simple addition to your morning coffee can reduce your risk of developing Alzheimer's by up to 30%. Its protection as powerful as many prescribed medications, but without the concerning side effects that frequently accompany these drugs. Have you considered that the difference between maintaining your mental independence or losing your most precious memories could literally be on the tip of your spoon every morning? It's something so simple, yet with a potentially transformative impact. Of course, adding turmeric to coffee isn't the only measure you should take to protect your brain. Brain health is multifactorial and requires an integrated approach. Regular physical exercise, for example, is fundamental to maintaining cognitive health. Research shows that just 30 minutes of walking 5 times a week increases the volume of the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for forming new memories. Imagine combining this with the benefits of turmeric. Diet as a whole also plays a crucial role. The Mediterranean diet, rich in olive oil, fish, fruits, vegetables, and nuts, has been consistently associated with a lower risk of Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. When my patients combine this dietary approach with the addition of turmeric and other neuroprotective spices to coffee, the results are even more impressive. Quality sleep is another fundamental pillar. During deep sleep, the brain activates its cleaning system, removing toxins and damaged proteins that accumulate during the day, including the famous beta-amyloid plaques. Patients who improve sleep quality along with implementing the turmeric protocol show superior results in cognitive tests. And we can't forget the social and intellectual aspect. Staying socially active and intellectually stimulated creates a cognitive reserve that functions as a shield against neurodegenerative diseases, challenging the brain with new learning, whether a language, a musical instrument, or any new skill, creates new neural connections that compensate for potential age-related losses. Let's talk a bit more about how to effectively implement this turmeric strategy. The quality of the turmeric you use makes all the difference. Always look for organic turmeric, preferably with high curcumin content, the active component. How you prepare it also influences its bioavailability, meaning how much of this substance your body can effectively absorb and utilize. A trick I teach my patients is to add a pinch of black pepper along with the turmeric. Piperine, the active compound in black pepper, increases the bioavailability of curcumin by up to 2000%, enhancing its neuroprotective effects. A tiny pinch is sufficient. You won't even taste it in your coffee, but your brain will appreciate the difference. As for the ideal time for consumption, studies indicate that turmeric works best when ingested in the morning, along with some source of healthy fat, which increases its absorption. That's why coffee is a perfect vehicle, especially if you add a little milk or a small amount of MCT oil derived from coconut, which by itself already brings cognitive benefit. Another common question I receive in my office concerns dosage. It's important to understand that more isn't always better. The recommended dose of 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric per day is sufficient to obtain the neuroprotective benefits without causing digestive discomfort, which can occur with larger doses. Consistency is more important than quantity. It's better to take a small dose every day than a large dose sporadically. Some of my patients also ask if they can substitute powdered turmeric with curcumin supplements. While supplements can be a convenient option, especially those formulated with technologies that increase bioavailability, my clinical experience shows that whole food often provides benefits that go beyond what we know and can isolate in the laboratory. Turmeric contains other compounds besides curcumin that work synergistically for brain health. Let's now look at the case of Richard, a 71-year-old university professor who came to my office concerned about his declining cognitive performance. He had noticed he was having difficulty remembering his students' names, something that had never been a problem before. After implementing the turmeric protocol along with other lifestyle recommendations, in just 4 months, he reported a significant improvement. "I'm teaching without notes again," he told me, emotionally. "My confidence has returned, and I can connect with my students like before." Richard's case illustrates well how small changes can have a big impact on quality of life, especially when we talk about cognitive health. The sensation of losing control over one's own mind is one of the deepest fears we face as we age. Knowing that there are simple and accessible preventive measures based on scientific evidence is extremely empowering. It's important to emphasize that although the benefits of turmeric are impressive, it does not replace professional medical guidance. If you already notice signs of cognitive decline, such as frequent forgetfulness, difficulty finding words, or disorientation, it's essential to seek a complete medical evaluation. Early diagnosis significantly increases the chances of success in treating neurodegenerative conditions. It's also essential to understand that Alzheimer's prevention is a multifactorial process. Turmeric is a powerful tool, but it should be part of a broader approach that includes regular physical exercise, balanced nutrition, stress management, quality sleep, and constant cognitive stimulation. It's the combination of these practices that truly strengthens your brain against premature aging. For those already living with family members diagnosed with Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia, turmeric can still offer benefits. Studies show that curcumin can help slow the progression of the disease and improve some cognitive aspects even after diagnosis. Again, this doesn't replace conventional medical treatment but can be a valuable complement. The potential of curcumin goes beyond brain health. Research indicates benefits for the cardiovascular system, liver function, immune system, and even skin health. It's truly a superfood that deserves a prominent place in your kitchen, not just at breakfast. Have you stopped to reflect on how small daily choices shape your future? How each cup of coffee, each meal, each lifestyle decision is an investment in your brain of tomorrow. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to remodel and adapt, remains active throughout life. This means it's never too late to start taking better care of your brain health. After years working with patients concerned about cognitive decline, I can guarantee that prevention is always the most effective path. The changes we implement today, no matter how simple they may seem, sow the seeds for healthy cognition in the coming decades. Imagine yourself 10, 15 years from now. Do you want to be that person who remains independent, engaged in life, connected with friends and family, capable of learning new things and enjoying hobbies? Or do you want to be part of the growing statistic of people who lose their autonomy due to neurodegenerative conditions? The choice, in large part, is in your hands, in the small decisions you make every day. The difference between maintaining your mental independence or losing your most precious memories could literally be on the tip of your spoon every morning. Stay with me, because in the next video, I'll reveal the exact combination of these ingredients that further enhances brain protection and can reverse up to 5 years of cognitive aging. If you liked this information and want to know more about how to naturally protect your brain, leave your like, share with those you love, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming content. Your brain health deserves this attention. Until the next video.